People, DG, I'm back again, out and about as it goes. Some of you, a lot of you actually love my out and about videos. I can't see why you love it. It's terrible weather right now. There's hella noise. I personally prefer to be in the comfort of my own bedroom doing my videos. But some of you love it, some of you love it same way. Trains and that, I apologize for the noise I can't control. But yeah, we're in different, but for once, we're at the Emirates. I don't know if I did that well. I'm a short guy, so I can't be a centre-half. Arsenal, I'm not your solution to our centre-half issues, but courtesy of standing up on this, I think you can see the Emirates if you couldn't already. Don't get twisted, I can play fullback though, and I think I'm taller than Lacazette technically, so if man hit me even more, I can do this striker thing. Shout out to Lacazette, and I hope Lacazette can carry the burden that Aubameyang's leaving because he's going to be out for 3 games with his injury. But I'm out and about on my travels, and I've been looking at social media as you do. And first and foremost, I believe David Ornstein has said that we're looking at 1 or 2 loan signings this market. Now, we've heard that before, and it would make sense really and truly. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm not saying Arsenal should have went for Gedson Fernandes, that appears to be signing for Spurs after they look to have beaten West Ham to that signature. I'm not saying we shouldn't have done that. I'm just saying the loan market, depending on how you finesse it, there could be some gems there. If Gedson Fernandes was coming to Arsenal, 21-year-old, fairly tenacious midfielder, would we necessarily find it a problem that he's on loan? It's the loan fees. It's how you finesse the loans. Now, I'm not beating Arsenal with one stick and praising Spurs with the other, because you don't know what you're going to get from him. But we spent 5 million on the loan spell of Denis Suarez. They're getting Gedson Fernandes allegedly for 4 million. So we don't know if Gedson's going to be a success or not. But we didn't do our due diligence with Denis Suarez. And for a team that needs to be a bit prudent and needs to count every penny a bit stronger allegedly than other teams, it's not exactly the best way of spending money, because you're hearing Denis Suarez was never fully fit. Emre didn't really feel him. The board didn't really want him. You're hearing different stories, and I'm not trying to find a single place to blame. My point now is somebody's got to own up for that, and we need to look at what we're doing right and wrong. Because I'm going off topic. We've got a loan manager and whatnot at the club now. But if you look at our loan spells, for example, apologies people, I think this thing is zooming in on a mad one. I don't know what's going on there, but you look at our loan spells, for example, people. We haven't had too many productive loan spells. So in terms of critiquing our own performances and where we are going right and wrong, we need to improve at that aspect. Apologies, people. This thing is putting me off. Let me zoom out. Apologies. That was putting me off. But like I said, apologies one more time, man. You don't know me. I never like to give you a half-hearted product, and it's like I'm not taking it seriously. So from the bottom of my heart, apologies for that technical difficulty. But it all depends on what you're doing with the loan spell. Clearly, yo, work on for this thing, man. Big man thing, work on for this thing, man. Stop acting up on the video for people, man. But like I was saying, loan market, we need to review how we've gone right and wrong, because none of our loan spells so far in terms of our young players has been a success. The loan market last year, we wasted our money. I'm not critiquing Pepe, because I think Pepe is going to be a success, but we spent simply on money, and right now we haven't seen a return. So in terms of the same way we're critiquing the team and things, we need to see where we're going right and wrong. If we can, Ornstein said 1 or 2 loan signings. If that can be a centre-half and a central midfielder, what can people do? You've seen us link with John Stones. Whether that will happen is another thing. But if we can finesse it, we can finesse it. There's deals to be had. Personally, obviously, I would like the names that me and you lot can all speculate. But I would love to have hoped that, obviously, Arteta's a head coach. When we get into January, or the months coming into January, where we're looking at our team and where we're going, surely the scouts at this team, there must be, alright, we're looking at centre-half, boom. Scouting reports on 10 centre-halves you think can do this thing. There might be a certain criteria. 25 ball player, are they good in the air? Can you bring me 5 to 10 targets? And then we look at them and stress test them all and scrutinise them all to different degrees and whatnot, people. Do you get it? This thing is bucking out for real. But do you get it, people? So that's what I'm hoping for. Obviously, scouts are paid to watch football games. There's how much Leaper games and whatnot. So there should be a list of significant centre-half targets or people we have specifically scouted and done due diligence on, both in central midfield and centre-half, so that if we can't get one, we can get the other. If plan A don't work, there's plan B, there's plan C, Z, and all the other alphabet things and them things there. That's what it should be. I really hope that's the case. Because in an ideal world, Arteta says that, then Arteta and the board sit down and go through the scouting reports, courtesy of the scouting department, and go and look at somebody, people. So the loan market at the moment, obviously, there's still a mad need for a centre-half at our team. Probably less exaggerated because of the form of everybody, but we need to remember we're down to flies right now. Mavropanos has been out on loan. Mustafi is linked with a move permanently away. Mustafi's probably biggest critic. He does need to leave the team, but in terms of bodies in defence, we're a bit light with Callum Chambers' injury. If Mustafi was to leave tomorrow, then I swear, people, we have about 3 defenders in our side fit of some capacity. Rob Holding and Socrates and Luis. Then you're probably looking at Zach Medley to come into the fray, a really untested under-23s player. We'd always support our own, but you never know in that regards, people. Again, bugging out for some weird reason, so I might lock this off, people. I'm not going to lie to you. But we've also been linked with, I cannot say his name, but the Brazilian midfielder Bruno Guimaraes. He's a decent midfielder. He can play a couple of roles from what I've seen. Obviously, we can exploit the South American market to our advantage. It would be a benefit. We've been linked with Atletico Madrid. Apparently, from an unnamed club, they've rejected a bid just from typing in his name on Google. I'm not going to say that's from Arsenal, but it did say European club. It could just be all nonsense and just all was, but who knows, man. I would love us to identify a centre-half. That's the priority for me. And obviously, we need a centre-back, but them sort of things there, centre-half and central midfielder, sorry. If it came to a push to it and we could only get one signing of some capacity, then for me it's clearly got to be centre-half. I would love, listen, next season I don't think he's going to go with Luis and Socrates. I personally think Socrates will be binned and he'll look to use Luis less. In an ideal world, you get a top centre-half in, or a top centre-half and a competent centre-half with Saliba, give you some real options there. Rob Holding is there. Chambers has earned, from his injuries, at least next season to be involved in some capacity, because Chambers relished all competition and risk to it, regardless of what you think of him. So we'll see what happens. But listen, we just need to get signings in, man. I don't want people for the sake of it, because you get what you pay for, and as an Arsenal fan, we have seen that a lot. I just hope we've done our due diligence, and in the months building up to January, we've had a strategy. Hopefully, because we know it's difficult to do business in January. We know Raul Sanllehi doesn't like to do business in January, which is why our planning needs to have been even more, done to a point, so we don't get stressed, because we're going against it. People know Arsenal's situation. People know people are typically desperate in January. People also know that within January you're kind of up against it, because no one really wants to sell. So we're up against it. Hopefully something can happen. So that's all I wanted to say. People, obviously I apologise for this camera just bugging out and zooming in for some weird reason all the time. You've probably seen up my nostrils and seen all the nose hair and boogers and all them things there. But it's been appreciated that you lot always mess with my content regardless. Always put me to the world. Like I said, very limited resources, as you guys don't have the best of cameras, don't have the best of things. We're growing, and like someone commented from Ethiopia, the other day, and it just shows how wonderful football is at its core, man. Like, you could be in Africa, in Europe, in any continent in this bloody world, and celebrate football. And I think football could be used to change the world. Like, I swear Didier Drogba stopped a war in his native Cote d'Ivoire as well. Obviously, he didn't just stop the war, but he stopped people from fighting. Sport transcends life, and life transcends sport, not just football. Like, for instance, I never got to watch him, but one of my biggest sporting heroes is Muhammad Ali, purely because of how he took a stout stance politically. And because in that climate, it was tough to be a black person in sport, it was tough to be a black person in life. It was tough to be a black person, you let alone know you're black, celebrate the fact that you're a black male, and have all that source and that positive audacity and believe in it. And Muhammad Ali showed courage, and I believe, again, moving away from racism in life, to build our goals, to do anything, we need courage in life, people. We need courage. Like, courage for me is that single mother who hates her job, but she's getting up to make sure her youths can eat at the end of the night. Courage is that midwife doing the same thing. Courage is them sort of things there. Courage is getting up every day. Million reasons to stay in bed and feel sorry for yourself in whatever you're doing, whoever you are, young and old. It's getting the fuck up and refusing to lose, people. Now, I've gone completely off topic with this video, and I'm out of breath now. and I can talk for England, but it's time for me to move out of here. People, God bless. DG, apologies for all the technical difficulties and the constant zooming in and out. But if you've managed to be able to persist and stay with me, it means the world. DG Nation, though, busting up.